So, star date 8/14/2019. You know, just looking out over the abyss of this all, I see a highly manipulated society. And they're going crazy because they just got everybody divided and don't even know what color's what color, who's what, who's calling what, and who's doing what to who. But who's making the money from the ruin and carnage is what we need to ask. And the other thing is we think that we live in a constitutional republic. No, we don't. We lost that in 1871, ladies and gentlemen. And at that point, from that time on, nothing is negotiable because we're living off of a corporate state is what we're living on. And you have a president over the corporation, not of a country. And once you get that through your thick heads, you'll understand why everything is the way it is and why nothing ever gets fixed, why it keeps turning into a basket case and turned into this clusterfuck that it is right now. And executive orders, I don't know how many times I got to tell this to people. Executive orders are null and void, ladies and gentlemen. The president cannot make law. And there was a reason for that. Was that, what would that make the president then? A freaking dictator. Hello. So realistically, since the day of Abraham Lincoln, every president that has done a executive order truly on the organic, true constitution or republic that we should have, they would be tried for treason and sedition acts and all kinds of things, and then given two options: hanging or shot by firing squad. And that's the true reality. Everything else from this point on of 1871, and due to the fact that it turned into a corporation and it isn't a country anymore, all of it is null and void, to tell you the truth. So, but try taking that back peacefully. You know that ain't going to happen. And the sheep will fight to stay in the cages, believe me, and not want to fix this and put it back to the true constitutional republic that we thought we were supposed to be living in, that we don't actually live in, due to the fact, again, we can argue all day and long, blue to our faces. Voting isn't going to get it out because our own system can't fix itself from within. So what we do have is a basket case, like a bastard child, a horrible little kid that is uncontrollable. And if we try to fix it, it's going to kick and scream and bite and scratch and do everything it can to not have to go back to responsibility. Yeah, and accountability. We have all that have lived long enough have come to the conclusion in our generations right now, and I have lived 5 score and 5. I have not yet, in over a half a century, seen anything that would be what you call due process of justice in any of this should be going down. There is plenty of crimes within the government and government agencies. And we don't ever hear about them. People going in prison. Because, look, I can guarantee you, if we investigated every agency and everything, it would blow our minds how much corruption it is. I'm dead serious. I see it at the local level. I see it in our counties and even and then even worse at our state levels. And then the federal government is also a mirror image, because it's all uptick from there up. That is the worst one of them all. That one actually carries the most vile of the slithering slime that walks planet Earth you'll find in Washington, D.C. I don't care how fine they dress, how much money they have, and who they know. Because that's what it is about. It's who you know. And how much can you buy a seat for? How much can you do this for? Whose back are you going to scratch? And you know what, people? You guys got to grow the F up and don't think that shit don't happen. It happens more than you would think. And you know why? That's the reason why we're in the effing screwed up situation that we are right now. And that is a true, absolute fact. Don't blame yourselves. Don't blame yourself on the voting system and blame your neighbor. I keep saying that. It's set up that way so that you guys won't be friends. Because they think that they created a good and a bad. Or these people know better, or these people know better, or we're more kind, or you're more kind, or you're more race. It's gotten so ridiculous. Everybody is getting butthurt over the stupidest things due to the fact of our handlers. Our handlers. So, anyways, if we're going to fix this, it's going to have to come to a consensus of the people. And if we don't start getting together and start doing exactly what they got together, and they made themselves official. That's exactly what happened. They made themselves official. Do you get what I'm saying? So a group of people need to make themselves official and show society that they're not going to be fuck-ups like these people, criminals, and stealing from people, causing wars, all of the list of the above that I don't have all day and night to talk about it. So, needless to say, when all of this comes to pass, you're going to see if they get their way, we're screwed with all of the stupid, more criminal laws. This reminds me, from what I've read, thank goodness I wasn't alive and lived over in that part of that region that went to wacko crazy, is in Europe during the First and Second World War, of the insanity that was played on and baited on those people to murder each other. Yeah, people that had a lot of camaraderie and just a lot of commonality with each other. And all of a sudden they were murdering each other. Why? Because somebody told them to. Because they believed in somebody else instead of each other. That's one of our problems. Is we're not believing in ourselves, and we're believing into these agitators, these third-party people. And we got to quit doing that. These three-party people is woo, 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 yeah. So I'm starting to think that we need to come to the consensus, man. Like-minded people have to start communicating and find some common ground that they can work with, just like some other people did in another time, and many times before that through human history. And when an ends meet, just like it says, we even have the prescripts right in our declaration and in our Constitution how to fix this if necessary. And it is time to come to consensus to start figuring out how we're going to fix this, because it is necessary. Okay? Peace. Have a good one. And who knows what the hell the future lies for us. But the present is the future. And tomorrow ain't here yet. So we got to do what we got to do in the present. To the leading tyrants in control, you know who you are. The lust for power is your downfall, which is a part of the cleansing of nature. Your time is coming as it always does throughout time. What you've created will end up destroying itself from within, and there is no stopping it. It is a natural thing that no human forces can stop. It is a part of a cycle of humanity to grow and learn from our human mistakes and being fools by and for believing in a handful of people who claim to be either divine and or no more than others, which is a farce and outright lie to the masses of people. It's coming. Yes, it is. Karma is coming. All things come full circle. It is called the hoop of life. No escaping it. It will happen, and it is happening right now. The signs of it are worldly, which no one can deny. It's time to free our human spirit. It is time to drop the barriers and the boundaries and the walls that divide us. We are all related in a roundabout way. We are truly one species. We are humans of many shades and colors. This is for those of you that have ears of understanding. Thank you for listening. Star date 8/15/2019. Goodbye.